Okay, so we had the topic of should there be a ban on lyrics that glorify violent and criminal lifestyles, and I have the daunting task of supporting this ban. Now, before I go into my speech, I just want to go on a little tangent. So this weekend, I actually read our textbook, and it was really good. And I came across a chapter that talked about how Americans, we are persuaded by ads that promote individualism. And that made me wonder, when did we become that kind of nation? Because we obviously didn't start that way. I mean, look at the Constitution. It freaking states in the first line, we the people. We came together as a nation to fight injustice. And so I promise you this relates to my speech. So bringing it full circle, what I want is for us to come together again as a nation and to fight these artists who are glorifying lyrics that degrade authority. They are bragging about how many times they've been arrested. They're making death threats on one another. They're not encouraging upward mobility. And that's my claim. So, furthermore, I believe that music reflects life. And if that's true, then I'm very sad about our future. I found this study from the Journal of Public Health Policy that did a study of 100 hip-hop songs from 1979 to 1997. And they found that there was an increase of 33% of violent references in a 10-year span. Now, that study is very old, granted, but it's still applicable because it's showing that over time our songs are becoming more violent. And I wish that they would update the study to include artists such as Brother Lynch, Yellow Wolf, T.I., Plies, Young Jeezy, etc. Because all of those artists, their songs are littered with violent references. I want those artists to be accountable for their words because they have a direct and an indirect influence on our listeners. That's us. An example of a direct influence was when I went to a Snoop Dogg concert in Dixon, and he directly stated, "Don't be mad at us police." Yeah, Dixon. "Don't be mad at us police. We just trying to have some fun," before he smoked a blunt. Last time I checked, that's still illegal in California. Yet he was encouraging us to partake in this illegal behavior with him. An example of indirect influence is just their lifestyle. I found a study from the Journal of Health, Risk, and Society Journal that found that young adults have a strong attraction to celebrities at some point in their life, with musicians being the most popular recipient. And that number is 75%, sorry. And I believe that's true. I mean, look at this picture. Which one's more persuasive? Wiz Khalifa and 2 Chainz smoking, or a government ad saying, "Just say no to drugs"? Really? So I wanted to point out that my opponent might state that this ban, I believe, is going to stop crime. That's not what I'm saying. The purpose of the ban is to decrease crime. I have to make that claim because I found a quote from David Banner. He is a rapper / hip-hop artist. And he said that, that's from the MSNBC article entitled "Hearing Criticizes Sex and Violence in Hip-Hop." And he said that if we silence hip-hop, it won't stop crimes in their communities. And I agree, but I just want it to stop some point, like just decrease. I found a quote from Reverend Jesse Jackson. He eloquently stated that gangster rap helps intensify violence and makes it more average and ordinary to us people. And that's what I want to conclude with. If we continue to let these artists create these lyrics that glorify violent and criminal lifestyles, then we're eventually going to have a world overpopulated with criminals. And that's not the world I want to live in. What about you? Thank you.